so that's how it was.
Niggas, man. That sounds like some Temptation stuff. That sounds like some Temptation.
So no, that's a Flash from 5 Heartbeats.
Yeah, so
after they get that gold record.
Flash.
It hurts me to announce that
it's
I'm
lonely at the top, which will be in your record stores in about 2 weeks.
It's lonely at the top.
Made by music enthusiasts, for music enthusiasts. This is the Anva He Meant Company Music Podcast.
Welcome to the Mixdown, where we just have a raw, unscripted, unfiltered, uncut conversation. You know, one subject always segues into another. You know, we got KP in the house. We got my boy Big Mar in the house, you know, and we're glad to be back. So without further ado, let's get into the conversations. Let's get into the discussions. So first off, Kenny Got Soul released his new album, or Kenyon Dixon is what we're talking about. Ego Ruins Everything. And that joint absolutely goes. It's fire. It's off the charts. It's off the hook. It's off the meter. It's slamming. Anything you want to say. It's like that. Okay. It's like that.
No, that's right. Yeah. Like super excited about this album. I was excited leading up to the drop. Like he really did a lot of promo for this album. I think he's been talking about this album for a good 4 or 5 months, like consistently promoting it, maybe even longer than that, which is, you know, a lot of people are doing a lot of surprise drops, you know what I'm saying? Like coming out with a couple of singles and then dropping an album. Like he's still very much promoting the whole thing or whatever. So, been anticipating this for a while now. I think it's been longer than 4 months. Would you say more like 6 months?
Yeah, well, that would have been,
because I want to say when we were talking
year.
about Jill Scott, he was already promoting his album or whatever. But man, I know he's talked about how different this is compared to his other albums. It's more personal, more vulnerable, experience based or whatever. So very much different for him. And I still loved it. I still, when I listened to it front to back, it still felt true to Kenyon Dixon, to me, to the Kenny that you're used to, but maybe the lyrics are a little bit more personal. But man, it's so good. I got some favorites.
Oh, yeah.
I got some favorites. What you think, Marlo?
What I'm noticing about this project is the order of the songs and the tracks. It's like all telling a story from the beginning to end. That's how I kind of feel when I listen to it just straight through. You don't really get that too much these days. Like the thought of that, something like that happening in albums. First of all, albums are not really being made as much as they used to be. And so therefore the traditional thought behind presenting a body of work like an album is not something that is really being done on a consistent basis amongst different levels of artists. And that could very well be the lack of people having teams and people, you know, being behind the project and not, you know, one artist just bringing a couple people in and kind of just spearheading everything and doing everything by themselves. But long story short, I really feel like he kind of flowed really well into each track. And there's definitely some heat and some vibes on this thing. So yeah, it's a great project. Like KP said before, like these drops that have been happening recently, have been holding their own weight. Like, you know, a lot of these artists in R&B are coming with some heaters and coming with some fire. So he just has his turn right now. So yeah, it's a great project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Kenny has been consistent. Like one thing about him, like I've been following him since about 2018, and he has put out consistent, amazing work, like all the way through. Even through the pandemic, everything consistent. Been nominated for a Grammy, 2 times? 3 times. 2 or 3 times. Working with Terrace Martin and different things like that. Obviously he's an amazing songwriter. Like he writes for Tank, he writes for Tyrese, he writes for many other people. So he's like accredited in all of these various industry things in music, not just an artist for himself, but like for other people. Like Kenyon is always consistent with the vibes, the R&B vibes, like literally like Prince of R&B or something. Like he is true to the R&B vibes. And he did talk about this album, like you said, being like just like you need to listen to it from start to finish, because if you listen to the interludes running, like they're super fast at the beginning and then they slow down.
Yeah,
All that you
right,
can hear
yeah.
him breathing after each one, where he's like he stops running. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I was gonna
mean, it's
say,
very intentional, like, which you don't, like you said, you don't really get that a lot anymore. But some of my favorite tracks, I'm just gonna start with I Choose You, just chef's kiss, bruh. And that's number 2. That's right after the first running intro, like just straight out the gate fire. I Choose You. I would definitely say Nights Like These come through, talk you through it, amazing, real good. And that nigga went straight
Yeah, it was
up
the churchiest
church
R&B
on
song I
real
ever
good.
heard.
He said, you know what, church and R&B. I mean, I was like, nigga, really? Like, this is crazy. Like, he went there. Like, he really did. Blah, also track number 14, so fire. Like, I mean, I could really, the light, I loved the message in the light. The way he always talks about women in such a respectful way though. Like, I really love that, but the message of encouragement in the light is probably my top 2 just because of the message. And obviously the production's fire. He always uses amazing, the same, like some of the same producers. You know, you build relationships with producers. He doesn't like always switch back and forth between a bunch of producers. You can kind of see the same people through each project that grows with him, which I love that.
almost that.
Yeah, I think that that's really important, and people don't do that a lot anymore either.
Right. Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's literally a new producer every track. You know,
yeah, like people don't do that anymore. Take producers with them through every album. I'm looking to see.
And doing that, it
who
like back in the day, and
'cause I
doing
can't
that,
think of-
KP, he started developing the Kenyon Dixon sound, and even in this project, you know, there's a lot of chill vibes and stuff like that, but it's still him. Like, it's still his sound, and having the same group of people still like around you, helping you create the music and evolve the music. It's showing that. It's showing the evolution of his
It's
sound.
showing that all the way
most definitely.
down to his mix, all the way
Oh, it's
down to
clean
his
too.
mixing and mastering person. Because Marcus Curtis, MJ, has been mixing and mastering his stuff for a long time now, since I want to say before the pandemic happened. Like, and that's also key too. Like, you like having that same person who knows your sound. Kind of reminds you of the Chris Brown clip that you saw of his engineer that has been working with him for so many years. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know a person, you kind of know how they work, how they flow, the sound that they like. That stuff matters when you're making records. Like, so yeah, that's actually one of my favorite clips. Y'all know what I'm talking about? You seen that clip of Chris Brown's engineer talking about how it is to work with him and actually create an album record with him in the studio? Have y'all seen that?
A while ago,
I saw it. I think I have, yes.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. Actually, like maybe a couple of months ago.
Maybe I hadn't seen
But that was like going around. Yeah, it was like going around, and he was just talking about how fast it goes. Like, it's like a fast thing because he kind of knows, like, he's stopping and he's layering, he's doing all the things that Chris Brown doesn't know he's doing, but he knows he's doing. That stuff matters. And so yeah, I think, yeah, just all around, like, yeah, this album is probably definitely one of the best of 2026, and we've said that a lot this year. Like I said, I'm very happy with what's happened in 2026. On top of the fact, this is a segue, we have to talk about Iman dropping that Ego Death. Iman Europe dropping Ego Death. The visual, like, pure artistry. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all need to watch it real quick, because that is like what we're missing in music. Like I've been rocking with Iman. I've talked about her on this show last year when the album came out, and then she just dropped the visual for it. Like it literally gives you chills. It's so crazy. And then Jay Sean, he was like, it reminds me she's like a female K Dot, and I'm like, you're absolutely right. Like and your brother actually reposted it and commented under the video because I reposted it, and he called it artistry. Like it is artistry. Like if y'all haven't seen it, y'all need to check it out for real. Like
Most
it's
definitely.
so fire.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely will. And it's funny, like for this album, I almost got the same ones as you, like with I Choose You. Just like we had Felicia Tipple on the show, like that 70s soul vibe with strings and horns and all that. It sounds like a song you've already heard, but it's new. So yeah, that definitely stuck out with me, I Choose You. And then also nights like this, I kind of got the BJ the Chicago Kid vibe with that. Almost, you know, because I listened to I listened to a lot of BJ the Chicago Kid between 2018 and 2022 whereabouts, you know, around that time. And then for me, I'll say this, I'll admit this, I was kind of stuck because Nights Like This goes into Talk You Through It. Now I had already heard Talk You Through It when the single was out, but there was just something about from Nights Like This going into Talk You Through It was kind of like, you know, I was shell shocked. I was stuck. So I'll admit, I kind of, you know, played it back, talking like Nights Like This, Talk You Through It. Nights Like This, Talk You Through It. And that's like, cause I just love how it goes from like the transition between those two songs. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Which is why I mentioned that I wished, Cinema, Devin Morrison would have put Cinema on, the Secure album just to see, just what song would come in and out of that, you know, before that and after that, just like the transition of songs between the two. It would have been interesting, but because you know that's the feeling that I got from listening to Nights Like This going into Talk You Through. I'm like, man, this is nuts. Like the hairs raised on my arm.
We've been talking about the transitions from like Devin Morrison's album, like those kind of things, those nuances, like transitions into the next song.
They matter.
Like, oh my gosh, they matter. And Kenny really he was very intentional.
Oh, yeah,
so
definitely.
intentional. Like you literally want to listen to it front to back. Like you just so good. Such a great project. And I know he was nervous, but it already hit number one. Like I know he had posted it had hit number one on some chart. I don't know if it was like the Apple, like, you know what I'm saying, one of those streaming things or whatever, but
deservingly so.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
For sure.
I still just have a few to go, but I was listening through most of it today. FHOMM is a good track. I like that one. That's probably like my second favorite. I love that first Running Away, man, because I just like that transition at 40 seconds. That transition at 40 seconds from that sample. Whoo, the way he faded into that. Whoo, that's, as a producer, that's the type of step I think about. You, like how creative you can be from things like sampling. Like that, when I say, you know, somebody really sampling something, that's a good example. Like it's cool to like loop something and like take a clip or something, or, you know, piece things together, different elements from different, you know, previous songs, and that's cool. That's great. But when you can take a sample and you can really be creative with it in a way where you transition in the middle of a song, in a way that you didn't expect it to happen. Now, when I heard it for the first time, I was like, that's very Kenyon. Like, I was like, that's very him. Like even like how it just flowed into it like that. But it was so creative. So that's probably like my favorite right now at the moment. But yeah, you know, it's a great project. It's mixed very well. And yeah.
Shout out to MJ Curtis.
As a producer, mixing and mastering is just as important as production. And the people don't understand that. Because a lot of times, you know, when guys are mixing and mastering, they're also tying up whatever production is being done. Sometimes, you know, there's a kick that's been given to them, and it just doesn't work mixing purposes wise, and they might have to switch it out, or they may suggest, hey, can we use another snare? Or like these things happen all the time, and having a good engineer is very important for the whole body of work to be presented in the proper manner to the public. I'm very, very anal about mixing and mastering. And very detailed from a producer standpoint. I'm very detailed. Note wise, every minute thing, dB levels and all that, it matters. So yeah, shout out to his guy, because he did kill it for sure.
Yeah, MJ
You're
don't
so
play
funny.
around. Yeah, he don't play. He don't. That's my dog. Yeah, he don't play. And they actually mix and master virtually. Like, they don't live in the same city. And so Kenyon he used to go live all the time, showing some like mixing sessions and stuff and all of that. And man, it's incredible to watch. But I've been blessed to know a couple of amazing engineers mixing, yeah, because that stuff actually freaking matters.
Oh, yeah.
That
Definitely
stuff matters.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. All right. So let's go here. Recently, one of our favorite artists, one of the greats of today, Miss Jill Scott, a.k.a. Jilly from Philly, has caused a lot of controversy with a simple tweet that you ever heard of the term ignorance is bliss? This is kind of in that same vein. So there was a tweet that she put out not too long ago about an AI artist. I think it was song Brenneaux from the B-sides, if I'm not mistaken. If that's how you pronounce it, that's BRENNEAUX. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but the tweet is this. She said, "I would be remiss if I didn't push you on to this. I'm so grateful. This might not even be a real person. I don't care. You're welcome."
You're welcome. It's wild.
And that was that. And you can imagine just everybody going after her neck about, endorsing an AI artist, because I haven't even listened to anything from that particular artist myself. Well, I really don't listen to AI music anyway, for that matter. But it's kind of crazy that that she didn't care that this wasn't, or whether or not, if she can even tell. Because for me, I could tell if it was done by Suno or actually mixed and mastered and recorded by real people. So it's like she didn't even think to realize that, she probably already did know, or maybe
if I think she had an inclination, because she made that statement of, I don't even know if this is a real person or not. That's saying it could be, it could not be. You know what I'm saying? There are genuine people who don't know that something is AI or what they're listening to is AI, but she been in the game. She know the deal. She may not have known for sure, but she probably had her own thoughts about it. Like, man, is this too good to be true? But if it is, I don't give a damn. And that's really kind of what she said. And the public did not react well to that at all. She did make a follow-up statement. She didn't apologize for what she said. She just said pretty much, that's a damn shame. Like one of the aunties would say. She said, that's a damn shame. And she said, I have amazing artists on tour with me right now, and she named those real artists and said for everyone to go check them out, and she pretty much just left it at that.
Yeah, well,
or whatever.
I think that makes up for it. Putting us on to real artists, new artists that we ought to do our research on.
I think too. Was the backlash warranted? In my opinion, and I don't know, I could just be biased because she's my favorite, but also Jill Scott is one of the only artists left that actually will give you live instrumentation at every show. She's literally one of the only ones who won't go on stage without a full band, not no 3-piece, the whole entire
section,
shebang from horns on down. So my thing is obviously she's for freedom of expression, live instrumentation, creating moments, as Erykah Badu said, creating moments on stage. So my thing is she obviously gives a damn. She cares. And so I'm just man, y'all really could be directing this energy at so many other things. I don't think it didn't stick long though. Nobody's even really talking about it anymore. But I get and not to say that I don't get the outrage over AI music. We've had plenty of discussions on this show about AI artists and AI music, etc., whatever. We are so anti that. But I don't think she was co-signing like the whole AI music thing. I think she found a song that she really loved and said, "Hey, I love this, and hey, it may not even be real, but I love it." And she, instead of just keeping it to herself and listening to it or whatever, or sending it to her close-knit people, she put it out in the world, and the world turned their back on you like they gonna tend to do. No matter how dope you are, no matter how much you do, that's right. You put one thing out, and they will turn on you so quick.
But I'll say this: I wasn't surprised that she said she. Even though she does care, saying that she didn't. Because she's officially an OG in the business. So, she kind of had the right to take it there if that was the energy she wanted to put out there. And I wasn't too upset at that at all. Like maybe she didn't know, but like I said, I can tell. And I'll even say this now that I'm thinking about it, because AI is running rampant in music today. What should happen is any artist or any song that is created by AI, Suno or whatever, should be public domain. Like any real artist should be able to put that song on an EP or an album without having to pay, any fees or with songwriter or nothing. I think that should probably be fair. And I'm just thinking more on a business, like a business tip with it. Maybe it's a dumb idea. Maybe it's the great equalizer. Maybe you should get more people to chip in on that regard.
And see, I don't know if was it you that reposted that earlier? Somebody reposted that whole. It was a thread talking about, it was like a mixing and mastering engineer saying that he wouldn't work with people who who do their melodies through AI. Like, oh, I wrote the lyrics, but the melody is AI. And he was like, I don't accept those kind of clients, because right now with AI music and things, it's still up in the air on who owns what. They're like, you may get a part of the publishing, a part of the license. You may be able to put it out, but you don't own. Like, it's still very gray. And so for business purposes, he's just like that. I'm not going to put myself through that, through that work or whatever, to not even know. Yeah. And all that stuff or whatever. It was a very good thread, actually. It was a very good read. But yeah, so man, there's so much on the business side that's still very unclear with AI. And like you said, so let's say this mixing engineer actually did mix one of these songs or whatever, and then all this stuff is not going right, and then just another artist just pick it up and take it, like, and whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much, man. I'm still waiting for the first AI tour to happen so we can see how that's gonna go, because we've been talking about holograms for a year now. I'm still waiting on the one black girl who went famous who last year went famous and was on every TV show and news show or whatever, talking about her little album. I'm still waiting for her to go on tour.
Well, I'll say this: the consolation in that is that I haven't seen or heard anything from that AI artist since then.
I haven't either.
So I guess if that's they're just gonna fade away in the wind.
There is going to be I saw it on YouTube. There is going to be labels put, like the sensory labels, like on like that have cussing hip hop songs and stuff that has explicit lyrics, that label. There's gonna be AI labels, depending on. I guess they're making a law potentially that they're still working it out, where if you partly use AI to make your song, anything AI based, if it's detected, there will be a label for that. And then if you just straight up use AI to just make the song, period, it's going to be like a label for that. So people are going to be able to. It's going to be at like the bottom of the graphic, or wherever it's downloaded or uploaded, excuse me, is going to have that specific label to let you know right off the gate. This label's for the person that actually used elements of AI. This is a label that they just used AI to make the song, period.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they put AI on info on Instagram and everywhere else,
especially the pictures.
Something was
AI generated. Yeah.
And sometimes it don't even be AI. Like, they have new things now on. I don't have it yet, but I heard like you can kind of like, it's a way you can crop pictures and things now in your posts or stories or whatever. And they say that that's it makes it seem AI generated or whatever, but it's really. But I'm saying, like, you could post something on IG and it's gonna say AI info.
Yep.
Like, really, did you have to say that? Like, so my thing is, like, for music, like, that should already be there. Like, that should definitely already be there. But yeah, like, as far as Jilly, I don't think she just, water off of the camel's back or whatever. Like, they ain't talking about that no more. That girl's still on tour and they still
And
going
I'll
crazy
give
over
her the
that
benefit
tour or
of the
whatever.
doubt, because when you're in your own bubble, in your own circumference, a lot of times you're not really like checking for what the world is saying about something or how things are circulating. You might somewhat be hit to it, but you're on tour, you're making albums, you working with other artists, you got your own thing going on. You're not being affected by AI technically at this moment. So how the Kailanis and all of them have been really pushing, like, I don't rock with AI. I don't want to work with nobody that uses AI. We need to delete AI software. You know, she may not be like that because, she's more established. She's been in the game so long and went through all these decades and eras and all this type of stuff in the music industry that it literally was like she could have been talking to somebody about it. I don't know if this is real or not. Do you know if this person, are they even real? It may be AI. It may be. I don't know, but I like what I'm hearing. And then she put it out because she really liked it. But then hearing everybody saying, "Oh no, we don't do the AI thing, Jill. No, 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 no." It's kind of like, okay, I get that, you know what I'm saying? And even throwing that little thing in there, like, well, I don't really care anyways. I still like it. Like you say, it could be genuine and it may not be anything to be stubborn. It could be, like I said, sometimes people be like, man, I don't care. Like, you ain't about to, be saying, so, but we'll give her the benefit of the doubt because she's got motion. She just put out an album this year. She's on tour. She got artists she's working with on tour, and all that stuff is going on. It's like, man, I got things going on. I ain't worried about what people out here is doing.
Like I said, I just think, she's just really established. She's older, like you said. Like, she's been through all these, different decades and things in music or whatever. I don't think she's oblivious. Like, Jill does not come off as like La La Landish. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's very in tune about what's happening in the world, what's going on. She actually writes from that perspective of people. So she knows what's happening. Like, I'm not going to even put my girl down like that.
But she's not
I just
concerned all
think,
the way
like you
like other
said,
people
like,
are.
she's
Yeah,
just like, hey, I genuinely think what she said is what she said. Like, I don't know if this is real or not. She didn't say like this ain't real and I don't care. She said, I don't even know if this is real and I don't care, which lets you know she didn't know and she didn't research to find out. She just put it out there like a regular person, just put it out there. So, like, but yeah, I think, everybody can learn something or whatever. And, you got lots of people who are for AI. Lots of people who are for it. It's like a 50-50 split to me. Like, you got a lot that are okay with it and then a lot who really don't want nothing to do with it.
They need to treat AI, I'll put it this way, with the music industry,
argue you down
they need to treat AI how in the education field they're treating AI now. Like, they're doing things to gatekeep software and systems and programs with AI, with people cheating in college to become certain professions. Like, they're not rocking with when it comes to using AI to learn. Like, I guess they're manipulating things in a certain way. So they should do the same thing with the music industry. Like, still make it so that, like, oh, you're not just going to just come on and just create a whole persona 100% off of just a dream. Like, you gotta bring something to the table musically. You gotta put some sort of work in. That's my belief in that from being a music creative of any sort.
I was about to say, us as creatives, that's how we feel, like you should have some kind of, like, it's not even like you have to be the best at whatever. You just have to have the passion for it or whatever and the work or whatever. Like, I wish, that kind of thing. And that's, I think that's really all that is. And then as far as like the education system and whatever, I think that's gonna fall through the cracks too. Like, technology is just too good. Like, people are gonna cheat. Cheating's been happening since before but this has really just made it like, It's really just taking it to a whole nother level. Like, but they've opened the doors for this. So it's just like they've opened the floodgates for this kind of access. So now they're gonna have to deal with those repercussions. Now, you don't want obviously your heart surgeon getting his degree with with Chat GPT or nothing like that, but also like there's so much extensive hands-on training that they have to do and whatever. So what? Marlo, stop.
No, I was
This is the
saying
whole
I was
point.
saying that the Baptist kids in our region was when growing. Well, this would have been a lot before we was born. Me and Ashley was born, but I heard that a lot of the Baptist kids growing up would come to Original Glories in Elyria and be doing all the getting the Holy Ghost and speaking in tongues and running and shouting and all that type of stuff, and would go back to the Baptist church because that's what that's where they was coming from. But because of like the fellowshipping and the community choirs and the different various things when it comes to church kids, they would come over to our church and get that whole experience and then go back to the Baptist church.
That's what happened with me. When I was 17, I was dating somebody who was in a who went to like a Pentecostal apostolic church. But the title was a Baptist church, but it wasn't Baptist. You get what I'm saying? It was, and so I was 17 at the time, and I grew up Baptist, and we were in a Baptist church. He even belonged there, but he was close to the apostolics over there at this church. And so we would go over there, and then I ended up singing with them. Y'all know Tiffany Campbell from Toledo. You know Tiffany Campbell? She just put out a gospel album. Tony did. Y'all know who Tiffany Campbell is from Toledo? Y'all know she sings with Ricky Dillard and all of them now.
Toledo legend.
I'm terrible with names.
RC,
so
do you know RC Ashton from Toledo who puts on Gospel on the Green?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, his sister Tiffany Campbell.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if I ever met.
I just would have known, y'all. I just would have thought y'all knew who Tiffany was.
And she said
but it was her family church, Los Salem. And so, man, I'm telling you, I would go over there with them and be like, what is this? Oh my gosh.
You learn how to shout at the Pentecostal church.
Also, too, like, I mean, back in that early day, we was going to, I mean, that's when musicals was still jumping, midnight musicals was happening, all kinds of, like, me and my best friend, we was driving to them things like it was the club, you feel me? Like, we was, like, that was like the hangout, like, we was going to all of these things. That's when St. James here in Toledo used to jump and have, like, all the major, you know St. James, right, Ashton, where everybody used to come. He used to bring all the big people. Bishop James used to bring everybody to freaking St. James, and
is that where all the known Toledo musicians play that?
Yeah, that was like one of the biggest churches in Toledo, if not the biggest church. And then there was Mount Pilgrim that was really big, and then there was Pat McKinstry, Bishop Pat McKinstry.
Yeah,
but man, I used to go to them things like. And I think I remember I got the Holy Ghost when I was like, well, the evidence of speaking in tongues or whatever, when I was like 18 maybe. And it was at a Tidal Hall service. And he was at Bishop Pat McKinstry's church at the time. And then so I took that back to my Baptist church, and my pastor, he was already having like his own inner thinkings with it. He was a younger pastor, and like it was just this whole back and forth thing. You know, them old deacons and stuff, they was not trying to hear that. They was not trying to go for none of that. And so I was like, man, I didn't even hear about I grew up listening to, like, my mom listened to, like, the Canned Spirituals, Dottie Peoples, you know what I'm saying, the Clark Sisters, Mighty Clouds of Joy. I never knew that John P. Key existed until I was, like, 15 years old. John P. Key, who else? Fred Hammond. I knew nothing about New Direction and Marvin Sapp or any of them until I started going to that apostolic church, and we had like the best choir in the city. Like I ended up joining over there, and man, my whole life changed. Like I was just like, I didn't even know church musicians were good. Like I swear, like growing up in a Baptist church, one of them small storefronts, you just, you might have an old man with two teeth in his mouth on organ. You might have a 5-year-old drummer. Yeah, like, and so you sang acapella. Which is why I'm good at harmony, like, because I just grew up singing acapellas and choirs and groups or whatever. We didn't have musicians. So when I ran across good, I was like, oh, church can have musicians like this and they sound like.
So, question for you, KP. What year did you join Brian Thomas's chorale?
Oh, I joined Brian Thomas in 2022.
Oh. Because, I mean, I remember the first time I actually heard them. They came to Macedonia, Pastor Curtis Daniels' church in Elyria. And that was like in 2001, 2002. James Hall's We Are at War album had just came out. They did, they sang The Blood. They killed that.
They've been singing The Blood. So here's a quick story about that. Okay. So Brian Thomas chorale is considered like a seasoned choir, right? Like, most people, so 2001, I was not even 18 yet. So there's no way I was joining the Brian Thomas chorale at that time. But The Blood, speaking of The Blood, so The Blood is the whole reason why I joined the Brian Thomas chorale, because every time them niggas sang The Blood, I was just like, oh my God. So here I am at the concert. I would go to the concert every year. Here I am at the concert in 2021, right? Like, freshly separated, all the things, and they sing The Blood. I'm like, you know what? I'm in my 30s. It's time to join Brian Thomas chorale. Now, mind you, I sang with Brian Thomas back at Calvary when I was 13 and 14. We were over there. So he already knew me, knew I could sing. I didn't have to audition or nothing. Like, he was ready. So I joined thinking like, it's my time. I'm about to sing The Blood on y'all niggas. Man, do you know we ain't sang The Blood yet?
Jesus.
I said, Brian, I joined this choir to sing The Blood, and y'all niggas won't sing it now that I've joined. Not one time. When I tell you they sang The Blood every year up until I joined. And then we had the 40th year, the year before last, which was our big one. He got all the alumni to come. Like, it was packed. And I was just thinking like, yeah, he gonna pull out the blood. Like, he gonna pull the blood out for the 40th. You know what I'm saying? I love you, Brian. He ain't pull it out. I was like, so this year I told him like, yeah, Brian, send me the playlist. What's on there for the concert in November? What's on there? He's like, I'm gonna send it to you. Yeah.
Are you gonna tell him finally do it?
Yeah, our concert is always
Brian Thomas.
Who? You said he gonna? Oh, I don't know yet. I don't know. He ain't sent the playlist out to us yet. We started rehearsal, but like he has not sent like the whole playlist to us yet. So I don't know. He don't be knowing yet. He'll change it up on us. I don't even know who playing for us yet. We never know. It's always like a mystery. Like, who's playing for us this year?
But yeah, they sang that, and then they sang I'm Just Too Close from the same album. Whoever they had on organ the time I went to go see him, he
What year was this?
This was like 2001. I was like 12 years old. But man, he shut it all down. They actually had to. I mean, they didn't stop everything, but like all the other musicians,
even on streaming platforms, I don't think.
From James Hall's Too Close. Yeah, it was at one time, like at one point, like all the other musicians just gathered around the organ while he played.
I didn't realize. So he did pull that out for the 40th. I didn't realize how long he'd been singing that.
But yeah. Man, but the guy on organ, he killed.
Well, he always had amazing musicians. So back in 2001, it was probably Mario on drums, light skinned guy. That Duke played bass. James.
It was a 3-piece band. Drums, bass, and organ. Yeah.
Man, organ. It was probably could have been Mark Small. Was he skinny?
Yeah, skinny,
light skin,
dark skin. Short,
he was dark skin?
Yeah.
And skinny? I'm trying, man, Brian done had so many musicians, bruh.
40 years is wild. How old is that, man?
A long time ago.
Okay,
67 or something like that? Like around there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so 41 was last year.
Any other gospel artists sing with him back in the day?
I don't know. Shirley Murdoch, I think. May have, because I believe she's from Toledo.
I think she is, yeah.
So yeah, she used to go to Calvary.
Zapping Roger.
Yeah, because Calvary Baptist, that's the church he still plays for. He's been playing there for 30
I love Shirley Murdoch.
And that was a big Baptist church in Toledo. I want to say she did.
Pewter love.
But yeah, like he didn't have so many
Digital
people
love.
come through there.
Well, I mean, they're based in Dayton, but
It's just beautiful.
Sugar
Beautiful.
Murdoch might actually be from Toledo.
You double checking it? Yeah, I want to say she is.
Yeah, she is from Toledo.
Early
Yeah,
death of
so I'm
Murdoch.
like, I want to say she is.
I didn't know. Check this. I didn't know that was her singing "Lord, I Lift Your Name on High" on the "Women Thou Art Loosed" album from TD Jakes.
I didn't either.
When that came
What
out, we was
movie?
all over the "Women Thou Art Loosed"
Oh,
CD
yeah.
with Darwin Hobbs and all them.
Mm-hmm.
And that was crazy. I'm like, what? This is her. At the time, she had that video on Video Gospel. I love me better than that. And that song, you remember that song? I haven't heard the song in a while, but that song came on Video Gospel every single Sunday, man. It really
Video Gospel. All I think about is Video Soul.
Video Gospel. That came on right after Bobby Jones. Bobby Jones every Sunday. The only videos I cared for was Ty Tribbett and GA the live No Way. When they did that, because the band, they killed that. And then the Soul Seekers, it just came out. So they.
Come on, G. That used to be, I still listen to that, period. Like, what?
It was that one concert when they had on those throwback jerseys. There was that Nissan Stewart in church out in L.A. And they did, I take Jesus. Yeah, 05, 06. I take Jesus. I met Warren at the commission concert in Cincinnati that year.
That was such a legendary. Yeah, all that star power one auditorium in 2019. Ooh, I'll never forget it.
Yeah, the members from 112, they was all in the house. They came out there. I'm like,
I got my tickets literally the week they went on sale. I got tickets
myself.
The week they were on sale.
Yeah, we did.
Then
we
were late for the VIP.
Sure.
The VIP was a whole section of the arena, and we was late, so we had to like scoot all in the middle.
Where was y'all at?
Yeah, we was down in Cincinnati. The PAW convention that Friday, they brought commission to do a reunion concert.
Oh,
and, like, everybody was
what
up
year
in
was
there.
this?
And a videotaping as well. It was supposed to be the videotaping that they would put on the movie at the end. They had like big cameras there and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like Warren and Erica Campbell, they were there. Who else? Just a whole
By the
whole
way,
lot
that's
of
the
other
only
artists
time
too. I'm like, bro. Whoa!
Where'd you get that? Look, can I get one?
My friend makes
that's going on the e-store.
My friend has a Cricut, and she made me a couple of different ones like this. She could put them on shirts, or on, you can get stickers and put on cups. And because she made me this one for my birthday, she just made that one. And then I was like, "Can you do a look?" She was like, "Yeah."
Oh yeah.
And I put it on today, like, yeah.
Can she do one for me too?
Huh?
We gotta have the merch. We gotta sell the merch.
Period. And I'm looking, I'm like, yes. What else do I want to label? Because I'm getting a tattoo already. So yeah, I'm like, what else do I need to label?
Are you getting the logo on your?
She got a hoodie.
You can tattoo on the logo.
Just the actual like just this part. You know, like this is our logo.
All right, y'all. So this has been another great Mixdown conversation. You know, one subject always segues into another, but that's always one of the ebbs and flows of conversing anyway. So this was a lot of fun. And we got some things on the horizon. We got some announcements that we're going to be making in future episodes, so that we already recorded. So y'all be on the lookout for that. So and I got to tell you, I'm so excited for what's to come in the immediate future. In about 6 or 7 months. January can't come fast enough, but y'all gotta stick around for the upcoming episodes to see what I'm talking about. But this has been another episode or another Mixdown of the In Vehement Company Music Podcast. Peace and love.
Peace.